Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another new Winter of Anime 2022 review for you guys. And yes, another new Winter of Anime 2022 anime that came out today because officially they're starting to come out. It started off with a Sororio Utility, which is the anime about golf. I already did a review of that. I'll put that at the end in my outro video if you guys want to get my thoughts on that and see if you guys are interested in it. But again, here is another new anime that's coming out for this season of anime that is unique to me. Very unique, just like how I thought about Sororio Utility. It was unique in the standpoint it's a sports anime, and we've seen that type of, demographic before. But in that anime, it's about characters playing golf. These girls playing golf, and I haven't seen it before, and I'm not a golf fanatic. But here, this anime, it's unique from the standpoint it's an anime about police, especially with somebody with my color, and how some people of my color, feel that some police people, some police people do feel like they. Some people, and I guess you can say some people of my race, think sometimes some police people misjudge them because of the color of their skin and everything. And it's a very interesting and very, diverse and decisive, I guess you can say, topic to talk about. So I wanted to give a shot watching this, and honestly, Police in a Pod, episode 1, I enjoyed it. I had honestly a lot of freaking fun. I honestly laughed a lot in this episode too. Essentially what the premise of this story is we're centered around this one girl cop named Kawhi, not Kawhi Leonard, the basketball player, Kawhi. And essentially she's a rookie cop, but she can't really handle the day out and day duties of it, and it's getting too much. It's kind of stressing her out. And she's thinking about resigning, and she's thinking about quitting, and she's about to do that. But the day she's thinking about doing that, or the day she is going to do that, we have this one cop that transfers into their station named Fuji, who is my God. I know Kawaii's a cute girl, but good heavens, Fuji-san. She is looker. And it's funny because at the end of the episode, when we get introduced to Kawhi's father, he was like, I thought police women would be a lot more like bare and gritty like. I never thought they would damn near be as sexy as a freaking, he quote unquote said, porn star. I'm like, bruh, what? I'm like, but I'm not gonna lie, Fuji, she kind of good. She a baddie. In some of the right and wrong ways. Yes, Fuji comes in. She's very cute, which obviously makes her main character freaking like, oh man, she's very cute. I don't know if we're gonna go in like some sort of yuri type of way here, but I don't think we're. I think it's just obviously, Fuji, who's kind of experienced at her job, essentially mentoring Kawhi to get her to be a better cop and everything. And she comes in, and from that point on, I'm guessing the premise of this anime, especially when we see the end, the last bit of the episode, this kind of changes Kawhi's tone of resigning. She's like, you know what? Maybe I can stick through this. I like Fuji and everything. But I did like this episode. I like the whole thing where, Fuji's kind of a unique type of cop in how she handles things. It's funny because, the one thing that, a lot of that is pretty divisive about cops is how people see them, and everything. And I think this anime did a good job in this first episode showing, okay, people that have their opinions on cops and how they do things and stuff like that. Now, trust and believe, if I got pulled over by a cop and the cop was freaking ticketing me, I don't think I would say these hurtful things that these freaking people on the road after getting pulled over would say. to these women and stuff like that, because they were saying some very derogatory terms to these women and stuff like that. Not like offensive. They're like, freaking crap, you cops suck, man, get out of my way, why are you giving me a ticket? I don't think in real life you would say that, because a cop would probably be like, maybe arrest you. But I did like the whole thing how Fuji said, well, you see, we cops have to take, when it comes to responses of people like that, when we're just pulling them over for ticketing and stuff like that, if they're gonna say stuff like that, we just got to take it like as if we're a punching bag and stuff like that, which is very interesting. Now I don't know if you're a cop and you watch the show, but it's pretty interesting to see that, of the fact that, sometimes I guess in those situations where somebody's just calling you names and stuff like that, and you're just giving them a ticket, and they're saying all these hurtful things, you just kind of have to sit there and take it. And stuff like that. So it's very interesting. And I like how they show the demographic of the whole standpoint of like how a cop really, I want to say, I don't want to get too divisive in saying like how they should do their job, but just an interesting way how they act and how, in terms of doing the due diligence of their job, what they got to do. And everything. And I found it hilarious how after some of the people that are gone, Fuji starts like, and what I mean is like, she's like, seems like she's a good cop for the right and wrong reasons. I think she's a wrong cop because after that person says, she gets into like this trance where she's not herself in anything, and she starts freaking cussing and everything. They obviously bleep it out and everything, but she's like, she's doing something. I can't believe I'm gonna, she's saying, and it's like beep, beep, and you just have Kawhi like, Fuji-san, are you okay? You shouldn't be talking like that. And Fuji's like, oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. It's okay. I'm like, what? I'm like, I haven't watched Death Note, but I'm like, what is she supposed to be, the cop version of Light and Yagami or something like that? I'm like, what? I'm like, oh my goodness. She over here going crazy and everything and stuff like that. And that freaking makes me love her character a lot, because she has like a different side to herself where it's like, okay, you don't want to get on her bad side, and stuff like that. But like we get kind of two plot lines in this episode, but mostly the reason it's mostly introducing these two characters and also introducing to the fact that what Kawhi does, it inspires her to continue to go on. Like the first part of the episode covers them finally like capturing this very smart street burglar and everything. And at some point Fuji's like, okay, before the people come in to question, the detectives come in to question this guy, why don't you question him yourself? You're a rookie, you need to know this stuff and everything, so ask him a few questions, see if he can get some words out of you and everything. Although we found out later, it took away the fact that Fuji had to threaten the guy to get words out of this dude. It's a way Kawhi learned a little bit how to do, I guess the interview process and kind of just asking questions and getting information out of these criminals and stuff like that. And we get a later scene where they go attend the school where these kids, just get some words. And there's one girl who's like, who wants to be like a policewoman or something like that. She asked a question like, why do you guys enact the rules that you guys enact the rules? And, the one thing I liked is Kawhi's kind of faced by the pressure, because she's like, what do I say? Like, there could be all sorts of different ways of how I answer this question. But then you have Fuji like, listen, answer the question to what you truly feel in your heart of why people should follow the rules. And obviously she kind of, tells her story at the standpoint, she tells her story at the standpoint of what she did in the interview and everything. And we kind of find out like, Fuji's actually a pretty damn smart cop from the standpoint. We found out how the information is the fact that, because in the first episode, it looked like, these two kids who bumped into him who were riding on the bike might be doing this and stuff like that. But Fuji kind of felt just by, essentially touching him like, okay, you're the criminal, let's go. And essentially she deducted this because, in the location the guy was at, the guy was going to areas to where, well, people don't really pay attention and they don't really mind all that stuff and they don't keep awareness of their surroundings and everything. But, he didn't go to like an area or a suburb where people typically like to greet each other and they're more aware of what's around them and everything and stuff like that. And it goes to show you, okay, Fuji's a pretty damn smart cop with the information he got out of her and everything. And I did like that story how Kawhi was telling these kids, like, essentially saying, listen, just make sure you guys aren't doing anything, and just make sure you keep the rules nice and smart, so it not only helps you, but it looks out for everybody else in your community and stuff like that, which is a smart advice there on everything. It was nice. But then you get this funny scene where we see early in the episode, Fuji doesn't want to do like this whole thing. She says she wants to be a different types of policewoman compared to the typical policewoman, I guess, centered in this show and everything. Like, they do this poster where she even, like, Fuji says, I don't even like this poster, like, that's so stupid. And then she ends up kind of reenacting the poster of showing this little girl that came up to her about it, and she's like, shit, I did the damn poster, I gotta get the hell out of here. And the kids are like, I don't want to be a policewoman anymore. And I'm just over here cracking up and everything. But the last bit of the episode covers really Kawai's father and why she really got herself into the police force. We find out that essentially a long time ago, her father got pulled over, and the first things first, her family's poor. They have a poor background, so her family's not good with money and everything. And her father ended up getting pulled over and got like a $15,000 fine, essentially, but a 15,000 yen fine, which would be the equivalent of, I guess, a fine here would like be $30-$40 for like speeding or something. I don't know. I only gotten one ticket in my lifetime for parking. I think I had to pay like damn near I think I had to pay like $50 or something. I think I had to pay 50 or around like almost $100 just to pay a ticket for parking. I'm somewhere where I wasn't supposed to be parking. So, the thing is, that was the whole thing, and she took that to heart and everything, and she came across her father crying because obviously about the fine and everything, and she ended up taking like these service classes and everything, and the one class she passed, or the one test she passed in these classes she was taking was for the police force, and she entered into the police force, and that's everything that's going on there, and that's how she entered into the police force. We get the whole thing where they head back to her apartment complex, because that's where these police houses are based at. They're like their own police community homes and stuff like that, which is actually pretty cool. Now I don't know if that's something in Japan or if that's something, I'm guessing that's something that happens in Japan. In Japan, there's like these police community homes where police members just stay next to each other and they're right then and there. Pretty cool. But father drops by. He's already drunk and everything, and he's like flirting with frickin' Fuji because of how beautiful and hot she looks. I don't blame him. She is pretty good looking. But the thing is, he kind of says, he kind of goes over there and he kind of asks for frickin' money from his daughter Kawai, because he kind of got another ticket and everything. But the one thing he took away is from the standpoint is that, the ticket he received all those years ago, he kept that in his shrine where he prays every day to make sure that he doesn't make the same mistake over and over. And we see early in the episode, Kawai says, I only did this so hopefully, my family, my dad doesn't make the same mistakes like he once did, as well as helping, make a steady income and everything. And after that whole discussion's over with, that kind of hits Kawai close to home after her father says that and everything. And Fuji, as she's leaving, she's like, well, it seems like your father is doing the due diligence of, making sure, he lives up to the word he says he's going to live up to. And I think that's nice of him to do so. You got a great father, even though he seems, because at first I was about to make this review, I'm like, the father seems like he's an absolute like sleazeball type of guy that sits on his couch and just drinks. But no, the dad is actually a pretty damn good dad. He wants to make the active changes in his life to be a better person. It's just he puts himself into different situations. And the reason why he lost money, I forgot, it's not for a freaking ticket thing. He freaking got scammed on this one, I guess, website, this adult website. If you know what I'm talking about, if you're old enough to understand what you're, those adult websites and stuff like that, where you can supposedly freaking talk to these anonymous people and maybe set up something to where you end up being with them for a night or something like that. You know what I'm talking about, those adult sites. Well, he ended up freaking paying a crazy amount of money which ended up being a whole scam and everything. Again, something I can relate to. I've been scammed before. Trust me. I can relate to. I understand what it's like losing a butt ton of money, being scammed by somebody, and you feel like there's nothing you can do about it and everything. But, you know, I got over it and I moved on. That's what scammers do. They take your money and everything. They try to take out every little penny, and stuff like that. But the thing is, I like that whole story and everything. And, you know, you see at the end of the episode where Kawaii is like, you know what? Maybe this isn't as bad. I like Fuji and what she's been given and everything. So, yeah. And, you know, it was cool. But I enjoyed the episode. It seems like a very damn near interesting anime, to say the least. So I will definitely be reviewing this on the channel as the week to week goes by. It is a nice slice of life anime. And getting a freaking police anime, that's unique within itself. Good God. We've gotten an anime about, even though it's kind of like these firefighters and fire force fighting like damn near demons. It's somewhat like a firefighter anime in Fire Force. Here we get a police anime, but it's morely just regulated to slice of life stuff. Interesting to watch. So I'll continue to do episode reviews and everything for this. I don't know if they'll continue because it seems like a slice of life, but I'll probably finish out the rest of the season. I like it. It's a nice slice of life, and I think you should definitely give it a chance and watch it. So yeah, but those are my first impressions of the episode. If you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on Police in a Pod. Do you like it? Do you find it interesting? Will you watch it? If you're wondering where to watch it, you can watch it on Funimation. That's the only area you can watch it on. So yeah, and that's it. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Winter of Anime stuff. I know there's a bunch of other animes that released today that I'll probably check out and I'll think about, should I do a review on that? Should I not? Yada yada yada, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll think about it, because I know there's a few good animes out there that seem interesting to me. But yeah, that's kind of it. Again, like I said, hit that subscribe button. You want to get more anime content on the channel. Again, and if you are a subscriber to the channel, I want to say thank you guys. If you guys didn't know, I got to 150 subscribers. Hey, growing the channel. We're so good. Thank you guys for the continued support on my content and everything, because it shows me that you guys like my content and appreciate it. So, you know, hey, let's get to the next main goal, and that is getting to 200 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. You know, I won't make the best anime content out there, but hey, I want to get my thoughts out there for people that like anime and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day and not watching this video. Until then, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video. See you guys later. Peace.